Hello and welcome to Cloudy with a Chance of Games. And here we are to introduce my amazing team here. All these people here have been putting in an absolutely amazing job on the website. So just going to go around and introduce everybody. We have got Stadia Gamer. Hi,
Hello.
Stadia Gamer. We have Wodock. Please tell me I've done it right.
You can Warlock, Warlock, whichever. I don't mind.
Yeah. We have the amazing Stadia Revolution as well.
Yo, what's up?
So basically, good. I'm really glad to have you all here. We're just going to start this off, but I'm just going to introduce everybody here. So the first person I want to talk about themselves is Rev himself, Stadia Revolution. Just give us a wee background on you and your favorite platform to play on, and what drew you to that platform.
Well, a lot of people that's probably watching right now know me from my channel, Stadia Revolution. I've been doing content creation since January of this year. Stadia is my preferred and only platform to play games on currently. I've done a ton of videos about a bunch of different subjects and things like that. A lot of posts on Twitter, and I just got in on doing articles and stuff for Cloudy with a Chance of Games. So I'm really excited to be here, and I'm looking forward to what this brings.
Yep. This is just going to be Cloudy with a Chance of Games. Is just trying to bring everybody together. If you've got an opinion about cloud gaming, come give us a shout. We'd love to hear you. We're trying to give a platform for absolutely everyone. It doesn't matter who you are. You're more than welcome to take part, and we will give you that platform to come. Some of the articles, Rev, you've put out there is absolutely magnificent, if I do say so, and it's got lots of people talking. And made so many good discussion points throughout the whole wider community. Next person I want to introduce is Stadia Gamer 201. Do you want to give a wee talk about yourself there? And we can talk about the article you actually put up.
So my name is Stadia Gamer 201. Well, actually on YouTube it's Cloud Gamer 201, but I was trying to change it, but now it's like it won't let me for some reason. And now, and I also I'm a YouTuber with autism and ADHD.
Yeah, and but we'll talk about your article here. Yeah, you put a good wee article up here. Another one talking about how this community has helped you with your disabilities. What has the community done to help you?
Well, I was on a live stream with 64 one day. That was the first time I actually told someone about my disability on a live stream, and he said not to let people judge you and stuff. So that made me feel better about myself.
Yeah. And I find this community, the city community, is very, very welcoming. What about you guys? Do you think it's welcoming? Rev?
This I'll put it this way. This has been one of the best gaming communities that I've been involved in. I've been gaming for since I was in single digits, and I'm in my 40s and stuff now, my mid 40s now. So it's just been a night and day when it comes to like how it used to be, even just 20 years ago with the advent of like the Xbox and stuff like that. There's, that whole thing of you gotta be in one camp or the other, and if you in this camp, you gotta hate the other camp, and all this stuff. With Stadia is not like that. People come from all type of different gaming backgrounds, and we just do it here because we just love gaming, and we don't necessarily fall in with the toxicity that's been creeping into the gaming community over the last few decades. So yeah, this has been a great experience.
Yeah. Sorry. I'll just remove this banner because I have to get used to this again. Because we were Wodok. It's going to take me a while to get it, but I will get there eventually. What have you found about the Stadia community?
Well, it's the first community I've ever really been involved with. So for me, because I've come from mobile gaming, so I've never really been involved with the YouTube and the Twitter part of it or anything like that. So for me, it's been quite. I've got on with most people on the community from day one. It was quite small when I first started, and it's quite big now, and it keeps to be growing and growing and growing. So for me, it's there seems to be like a group mentality. Everybody seems to care about each other on the most part, and I think we'll try and prop each other up and give a bit of help where we can. So I find that really encouraging.
Yeah, I find that everybody is just so welcoming. Is there anything else you want to add, Stadia Gamer, about your article?
Not really. I just love this community so much.
No,
I want to thank everyone.
Oh, yeah, that's really good to hear. You are so welcome here on Cloudy as well. You have been working so hard here. You've been putting out so many articles, and I want to thank you again in front of everybody for doing that. Wodok, do you want to give a wee background with you? Again, I'm going to be really funny about this until it gets into my head and how to actually say it. It will become natural.
To be fair, I'll say it two ways as well. To be honest with you, so it's Wowlock or you go Wollock. It just depends where you're from. It's like tomato and tomato, I suppose, the same sort of thing. So it's funny. I've been part of Stadia since it was announced a long time. It feels like years ago. So I've been right there at the beginning. I've done bits and bobs like on YouTube, and I've done mainly Twitter. I'm quite active on Twitter now. I had a different name at the beginning, which was my proper name, but then I just decided to change it and go for the my made-up name, so to speak, which is if people don't know, the story behind that is that when I was a kid, we used to watch Star Trek, and I used to like to imagine myself in that world. So I just made up a name, a character. And so that's hence now Warlock come from that. And I was a Vulcan, so to speak, because of Spock and a few others like Tuvok from Voyager and stuff. So I just loved it, just imagine myself in that world. So that's where the name comes from, and it's stuck, and I've used it for gaming across Stadia, which is really my main get back to gaming. That's where I've come mainly into it. I've been in and out of gaming for years, but Stadia's got me back into gaming. So I now do Stadia, and I do GeForce now at the moment, because I can play Star Trek Online on this little Chromebook that I'm recording from now, so it's all good. Yep.
Again, thank you for sharing all that. I've been watching. I'm a big Star Trek fan as well. And one of my, you're a big Star Trek fan. What's your favorite, Rev?
TNG. That's the Star Trek I grew up with, and then recently the reboot movies, because I like the way that they tied in all of the history with it, and they basically canonized everything else. You know, the original series, the original 7 movies, the Next Generation movies, all of that, they canonized the whole thing. So all of those things exist in the Kelvin verse, in the Kelvin timeline, as opposed to just, hey, we're starting something new and everything else didn't count. I really like that. And I like Picard, the new show that's on CBS All Access. That show is actually really good. I was just surprised that they use a lot of language in it, because it's something that's never been a part of Star Trek. But hey, whatever, it works.
Yeah. What about you, Stadia Gamer? Are you a big Star Trek fan, or are you not into it?
Yeah, I'm more of a Star Wars fan.
No worries.
I'm a both.
Yeah, I like both as well.
Yeah,
my fun fact is I ran the Disney World Star Wars a half marathon in a Spock get up, so there's a sure thing there. So my favorite Star Trek would probably it's the one which divides opinion, is Voyager. I love Voyager because it was Star Trek forcing Star Trek to actually look for new words and all that by default, because I had to try and get home. But that's my favorite one.
They featured a lot of Borg in that series, which was really good. because they're always Borg is always a good rating spike, but they did a lot of deep lore into their history and stuff. That was I like that part.
Yeah, the Borg are really interesting characters because it was like you, Rev. TNG got me into the Star Trek in the beginning, and I liked Forager, which is really, really weird. As some people may have seen, I would say we've got some. Sorry, oh no, you don't. We don't need you there. We've got some breaking news as we have came on air. Darksiders 3 has been listed for Stadia on Peggy. It's again under this funny banner where it's showing up in the search rather than saying Stadia underneath it. And I would like to thank Jam Stadia for bringing this to my attention. So thank you, Jam. We'll just go through everybody there. What's everybody's take on it? Warlock?
Bringing another game to the platform is great for me. I mean, I'm not really like I said, I don't know these games by heart, but I do like the look of Darksiders Genesis. So Darksiders 3 is going to be like I'd imagine, is it a prequel or a continuation? For me, it's good to have like a franchise in there, a bit like Metro, really.
Yep. Rev?
Shoot, I played Genesis, and I still got to get back into that game because I do want to finish it. So having a new one coming, that's just great because it shows that the publishers have a lot of confidence in the platform to keep bringing subsequent games to it. So I'm all for that. And
Stadia Gamer, what about yourself, there?
I've never played Darksiders Genesis, but it's never like Warlock said. It's another game on the platform, so I love to see more games on this platform.
I have played a bit of Darksiders 3, and it is actually not a bad game. It's we can keep that going for a wee minute longer. It's slightly different take to the other Darksiders 1 and 2. And you can actually revert the control scheme back to the original Darksiders 1, but it's actually quite fun, and it's another good game. It's I would say it's not going to be a full price game. Touchwood, I think it's going to be. They're going to bring it in a bit like Doom, maybe £30-40 or $30-40 mark, because I don't think they could justify putting the $60 price tag in this. But yeah, Darksiders 3 is another. It's another big game coming to Stadia. So, and speaking of games coming to Stadia, we've got the Stadia Pro games. And don't worry, Warlock, you're in the bad position there tonight. But we have we've got 6 games coming on September the 1st, and it's going to be Super Bomberman R Online, which is a first in Stadia game. We have Gunsport first in Stadia. We've got Hitman, Hello Neighbor, Metro Last Night, and Ember, which is in early access. And again, that's a first on Stadia game. So, Stadia Gamer, what's your take on this? And what's our chat's thoughts in the Stadia Pro games? Because I want to hear your thoughts. This is a community here. We want to hear you all, everybody's thoughts. So Stadia Gamer, what do you feel?
I'm really excited for Super Bomberman R Online mainly because of the crowdplay feature, and then Gunsport and Hitman are and Metro Last Light even though I haven't played the first couple games. Yeah, really. I'm really excited for them, so.
That's good. I'm looking forward to him too. Warlock.
It's the accent.
Whichever, it's fine. For me, I'm really looking forward to Bomberman. Grew up in the 90s playing it, and I loved it. And I think having 64 people play together is going to be really cool. I think Bomberman's going to be a great one. Hitman is just a classic game that I think I'm going to love on Stadia. I'm looking forward to having Metro join the collection of the other Metros I've got. It's going to be nice. Then I might try and play them from the beginning to the end in proper order. That's my plan on that one. I've already got Ember. I bought Ember day one when it come out just to try it. So I'm looking forward to see what changes have happened in that. I'll be honest, I'm not a big Hello Neighbor fan. I've seen it on the Switch. My daughter's got it on the Switch, and I think it's a bit creepy, but hey, it's a game, so I'm all right with it. But I haven't really seen much about Gunsport, but it does look like a good game, old school. Looks like got like a 90s vibe to it, I think. So I'm just looking forward to playing more games and more games. We've got six games on Pro. Adding onto my list is just great.
Rev, what about you?
Yeah, these new pro games that's gonna be hitting next week are just awesome. And this is like the first time that this one they're releasing 6 games on Pro for the first time like ever. So that's a huge deal in and of itself. And the fact that the most anticipated game for me is Gunsport, because I'm an SNES guy and that game looks just like it could have been out there on the SNES. And the fact that Google gave them the money to finish the game that they had to, because they had to put it on the shelves and not finish it and go do another game. And then Google, hey, they put the money up and said, hey, they're gonna give them the opportunity to finish the game, and they did. And now it's gonna be a pro game on the platform, and we get to play it. Metro Last Light, that's gonna be interesting. Bomberman, I've never really played never played the Bomberman games before, so even back then I didn't play them. So I'm gonna really get a chance to get an opportunity to play it. So I'm really looking forward to that. Ember, I've had the early access, so this is just going to be more of that. So I'll probably give it another run at it too. And yeah, this is going to be a really fun time for us, on September 1st and beyond.
Yeah, exactly. Just going to move this down a wee bit here just to get some more of these trailers going. What I like about all these games here is, again,
Hello Neighbor, yeah.
Yeah, Hello Neighbor is we've got so many games are coming, and every month it isn't going to be the same sort of games. Every month there is variety with the games. There's no, this is just going to be first-person shooter or adventure games. When Stadia put these games out, there is usually a game in the library which appeal. You're going to go, yeah, I'm going to give that a whirl. This month, again, for me, it's like there's loads of games here which I'll go, yeah, I want to play this, I want to play that. I think there's none of these games I don't want to give it at least a 5-minute go just to see if I like it. And that's the brilliant thing about Stadia. You just add it to your library and away you go. And if you don't like it, you don't just forget about it, but it's still going to be there. And if something changes down the line, you can come back and do it. And I think the perfect example for this month is Ember. Ember's in early access. You might not like it now, but come back in a couple of months when they've done some more updates, and they've just done another update, or they're just about to do another update. The game could be completely different.
They had that Ember Eats to that, didn't they?
Yeah, Ember Eats.
I saw that.
I didn't get a chance to check it out, but yeah.
Yep, and the next one here is Metro. And with Metro, that we've got the complete series now on Stadia. If you were a Stadia subscriber from launch, you've got the whole trilogy as part of your Pro subscription, which is absolutely brilliant, and you can't go wrong with that.
Yeah, that's the same thing with the Tomb Raider series. You got all 3 of those on Pro if you've been on it since day one.
Yeah, have we got Shadow of the Tomb Raider yet, or has that just been a real? I think
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
They've done all 3 of them at one point.
Okay.
Because remember back in December and January, they put all 3 of them up there at one point. They had the first Tomb Raider Definitive Edition, and then they added the second one and took off the first one, and then at some point down the line they added the third one, and then took off the second one.
Okay.
And added the first one back at some point. So
See,
Tomb Raider has been rotating in and out of Pro for a while.
I'm a numpty, and I actually bought the Shadow of the Tomb Raider, so I can't remember.
I did that too.
Yeah, like, I've bought quite a few of the games I've never got free on. Well, people got free on Pro as well. So it just goes to show that even those games out there, if you haven't got time to play them, just wait a while because they'll probably come free anyway. Part of Pro if you part a subscription, which is a great thing.
Yeah,
I don't mind when they do that because that just means more people will get an opportunity to play that game if they choose to. Even if I pay for it, I don't care.
One of these games, which is Super Bomberman R, and you can actually see a big, massive preview on the site here. It actually goes into a lot of detail and all the different modes and all the different skins you can get. You can have a wee quick look here if I bring it up. Is coming, or crowd play support is coming to it. Do we think this is going to be at launch next week with crowd play, or do you think that comes later down the line?
I think it's later down the line, to be honest.
You think we're going to be waiting for it?
Yeah, I think it'd be like at the anniversary. The anniversary of the year one. Well, going to year two, I think that's when that'll come. I think that's why they've put it on Pro for the first few months, so you're people to play it. And then when it comes to launching for the second year of the system, that's when they'll probably drop crowd play, I reckon. Sorry.
Because I know that they announced crowd play for Dead by Daylight was supposed to be, I think, the first game to really have it. That and crowd choice. So that's going to be interesting. I'm not sure if it's going to be a day one thing. I'll be surprised if it is. If that would be great though. But crowd play is supposed to be a feature in nearly all the games, right? So it would make sense, that it would make sense to have it within the game when it comes out, since it's apparently ready and is going to be launching this coming month anyway. So I don't know. But I think that's going to be a thing that's going to be in games from going forward, probably starting next year sometime. That would be really good, a really good feature to have in those games.
Yeah, I'm like you guys. I don't think it's coming at launch because I think they would have made a bit of a song and dance if it was coming at launch. I think it would have said in the blog post, this is coming with crowd play at launch, unless they're saving that for Thursday with maybe a bit more explanation. So I'm hoping that it does come, but I wouldn't be surprised if it's slightly later. Another thing about this is I think most people were thinking this was a Stadia exclusive, but it's not actually a Stadia exclusive. It's a first in Stadia title.
Yeah, so it's a timed exclusive.
It's a timed exclusive.
Yeah.
Do you think we're going to get crowd play or not crowd play cross-platform multiplayer with that? Because I think that would be really good for it.
That would make a lot of sense if it did.
Yeah. I think they should do it.
That would make a lot of sense because Stadia is still new on the block. It's only 9 months old. It'll be 10 months next month on the 19th. So it still has a smaller user base, and so if we can get more people with the crossplay, with other platforms on board, that would be great too, because then that helps the visibility of Stadia and helps to grow the platform itself. So let's hope that they do that.
Yeah, I'm actually really looking forward to this because it's a battle royale. I just want to see how it goes. Could this be Stadia's Tetris moment? Tetris Online and Nintendo Switch is so much fun, and this I think is something similar. This could explode. What do you think?
I think it. I mean, yeah. I think it would go great. But the online base sometimes, like in Mortal Kombat, when you're playing a Stadia Pro game, it's different though because there's a lot more people getting free games. So I could see it being successful.
Yeah. Yeah,
Well, crossplay really helps the streamers more so than anything else, you know?
Yeah.
So that helps the streamers. So with that would help the visibility of the game itself, and in turn that helps the visibility of the platform. So if they can add, if they can get that day one or close to it or something like that, and they can get cross play and all of that when it goes, when it comes out of the timed exclusive status, that'll be great too, because then that helps bring more people in. And say, people wonder like, what are you playing on? And say, I'm playing on Stadia. Well, what's Stadia? And then boom, you got another person trying it out. So, well,
totally agree.
In an ideal scenario, that would be the thing.
I think the biggest point is that they'll advertise it, that they say, to type like time exclusive on Stadia, you've got 64 people playing all at once, no lag, no breakup on the video or anything. You've got 64 people playing all at once, which is a big point. I think it's really good. And the crowd play bit is going to be, when that comes, it's going to be even better. I do agree that when obviously they do crowd share or crowd play or whatever options they bring up, when YouTubers can do that, I think you'll see a lot of YouTubers doing it. It's going to be a good like friendly game. I don't know if it's got like voice chat in there as well or not.
You should be able just to party chat, or are you talking about crowd play?
I just think like you probably crowd. I don't know. Probably crowd play probably is one I'm thinking of.
Yeah. Yeah, this game has a real potential. I have a feeling that they might sign up a couple of big YouTube stars to actually promote this, like they did with Mortal Kombat, and give some Stadia Pro. Instead of having to give out full price games of Mortal Kombat 11, they could give out 3-month codes to Stadia Pro or a 1-month code just to get people to play that. Do you think that would happen?
I think that could happen. Sorry.
No, go.
Yeah, I think that could happen. I think they'll definitely promote it quite well. I don't know about 3 months, but might throw a bit more in there, like probably 2 months or something. In the chat, Dave made a good point. I thought that probably easier to play on mobile. So those people who can play on their like Android phones, this would probably be a great game on that, I believe.
Rev, you had a point there.
Oh no, I was just thinking. I kind of forgot what I was gonna say.
Sorry.
That's fine. No, it's just one of those things that happen. And what was the question? So I can figure out my answer from there.
Oh, sorry. I was just saying, do you think Stadia are going to start courting some YouTube stars, do big YouTube stars to maybe get this playing and chuck some codes onto the stream, like maybe for 3 months or a couple of months, just to get people playing it? Like they did with Mortal Kombat.
They've been doing that, but with this game, I'm not exactly sure. I can see that being a thing for outcasters more so than this game, because Outcasters is a only on Stadia game, so I can see them, doing that type of promotion for that game as opposed to this one. But that's not to say that they wouldn't.
Stadia Gamer, have you anything to add on to this?
I think they should, but I don't know if they will or not, because Super Bomberman isn't as big as like Mortal Kombat or something like that. But that's just my opinion.
Yep, and that's what I want. I just want everybody's opinion. So we'll move on to our next topic here, and I think Rev did this article, which was the new deals on Stadia. So we've got a couple of new deals, and I think the headlines are, one new deal, and it's F1 2020, and it's on sale for both people who subscribe to Stadia Pro and people who don't. Will any of you guys be picking it up?
No.
Go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, okay. No, I don't know. My mom won't probably let me get it because she's on a budget right now, so, or I could just buy it myself. I don't know. I want it, but I don't know. I'm thinking of getting Doom 2016 right now, so.
Rev, what about you?
It's a game that's on my radar. It's on my list of games that I want to get, and I meant to get it when it dropped last month, but a lot of things financially just didn't work out for me to do that. So yeah, this deal is a little bit more enticing. So I'm hoping that I get the opportunity to do it in the next couple of weeks, depending on how long the deal lasts. So yeah, if it's still on when I have the money to actually get it, I will definitely pick that up because I love racing games. I just love them so.
What about you, Wodak?
I'm not really a sports fan, so I'll probably just leave it for a bit. To be honest, I will play it at some point, but it's not like on my radar to kick up. Hopefully, I've still got Grid, and I've barely touched that, and I like that game and I paid for that one as well. It's on there. It's just that it's not my genre, and that's one thing I like about Stadia. You can find a niche for yourself in the games that you like, but there's games for everybody else. So for me, it's not my type of game, but I think it's a good deal for other people that like that sort of game.
Yeah, and again, there's just a lot of Ubisoft games on sale from last weekend. Ubisoft games seem to be going on sale quite a bit, and again, it's another month without any Ubisoft games as a pro game. So they must have an agreement or something there. Not that there's going to be no Ubisoft games on as a free game for pro members because of Uplay Plus. I would say that would be my thinking there. Dave's got a wee question here. About Bomberman wasn't the 64 players at once a Stadia thing. They did say that, so they must have a way around it anyway. I don't think Bomberman's that much of a taxing game because I don't think it'd be. I think it'd be something similar to Tetris 99. So it was very interesting that they've changed the marketing language to first in Stadia. So what do you think? Do you think it was a 64 players was just a Stadia thing, Rev?
I think so. I mean, we all know that there are games like that have a Stadia exclusive feature, which features more games, more players at one time than any other platforms, like say in Grid, where you got the 40-car race and stuff like that. So, it could be a Stadia exclusive feature. I mean, that's not to say that any other platforms are incapable of running that, but actually thinking about it, that's probably just a game exclusive feature anyway. It's just a feature within the game in and of itself, and not necessarily a Stadia thing. So I'm gonna backtrack on what I just said previously. I think it's just the way that the game is built, and since it's coming first on Stadia, it's being advertised as such. And people could probably take that the wrong way to mean that this is just a Stadia thing. But we'll see when it launches on other platforms how that's going to be implemented. So, yeah.
Anybody else want to add anything there?
I actually agree with Stadia Rev because he said something about that he thinks the 64 players is a Stadia thing, and I feel that's my opinion too. I have the same opinion as him.
Wodak?
Yes, now you've said it. When they first advertised it and when they played it in the Connect and other areas, it was meant to be it kept saying Stadia, only on Stadia and this sort of stuff, wording. But now you've said it, and I'm looking into it. They've kind of got backtracked on that wording. It just says 64 players. So whether they found a way to use 64 players on other consoles and they thought, let's not just say it's only on Stadia, let's just reword it a bit. I don't know. I suppose only time will tell when we see it on the other systems, really.
Okay. We'll move on to our next topic. And this is a biggie, so I'm going to need to get this onto the screen here. There was 19 games added to. Come on, load up. 19 games added to the Peggy website. Basically, what has happened here, Peggy has added in a search function, and what happens now is if you search for games on Stadia, it actually shows up games without the Stadia logo attached. However, some of the games showing up we do know are coming to Stadia, like Hello Neighbors and Sniper Elite. So it looks like these games are likely to come to Stadia. Again, when you search on, when games go up in the PEGI ratings boards or ESRB or the German rating boards, it doesn't mean 100% that they're coming. It just means it's an indication that they're coming. So the games we have here is an absolute mammoth list here, and some of these will sound familiar that they have games. So we've got Destroy All Humans, SpongeBob, Surviving the Aftermath, Risk of Rain 2, Into the Breach, Monster Jam, Steel Titans, Sekiro Shadow Dies Twice, Far Cry New Dawn, Outward, Hello Neighbor Hide and Seek, The Gardens Between, Far Cry 5, Hello Neighbor, Uno, Humans Fall Flat, Sniper Elite 4, the Hotline Miami franchise, and Saints Row the Third, the full package. So, guys, we'll start with Stadia Gamer. What's your feeling about these games, and what games do you, if in that list, would you want or most looking forward to seeing on the platform?
I'm just excited to see, really excited to see SpongeBob Battle for Bikini Bottom. That was my childhood back in the day. That was my go-to game. And the other games that I'm excited for are Sekiro Shadows Die Twice, the Far Cry games, Uno, and Human Fall Flat. Those, and Saints Row the Third. Those, I love Saints Row. It's like, even though it's like a Grand Theft Auto game, I still love it. I love Grand Theft Auto. Fun game. But Saints Row is good too.
Rev, what about you?
I saw this list of games and I was just thinking that, mixed in with the games that we know are coming, kind of lends more credence to the games that are listed that we don't have a definite announcement on yet. And of those games, I'm looking at what was that? Into the Breach. I'm looking at that. Surviving the Aftermath. I never played that SpongeBob game, so I'm not sure. The Hotline Miami is kind of interesting, and also the Uno. You gotta because Uno, you gotta have Uno, and Saints Row. I'm looking forward to checking out. So like I said, all those games that are not officially announced, they're sitting right around in that list with games that we know. So that would lead me to believe that by hook or by crook, these games are going to be added to the platform pretty soon. And I didn't include them in my list though when I made my list because I was just going for the games that we know are coming.
Yeah, it's actually better not to include these games unless they've actually been formally announced, because even though they're listed, I would say it's about 90-95% chance they are coming, if not higher. But there is the small chance that they won't be coming. So again, what these games do is these games I would say are likely to come, but it's not 100% guarantee. Wodak?
Yeah, I totally agree. I mean, just looking at the list. If you just look at the list, and from me, I can go like from a casual gamer, someone who doesn't really have all these consoles over big consoles. To me, just look at their names; they just look amazing. Without even looking into the in depth what they are. Like SpongeBob, everybody knows who SpongeBob is. There's like the Hello Neighbor sequel and the prequel. What is it? Is there two on there? Hello Neighbor one, then you complete the set, which would be quite good. We know Far Cry 6 is coming to Stadia, isn't it, I think. So to have a couple of events around that as well, you've got like a couple of sets there as well. It's just I like sets of games. So having a set of games where you can play and follow a story along, for me, is a good thing. But these names of these games are amazing, like Saints Row, even down to Uno. Obviously, we know it's coming at some point anyway. But just seeing Uno is going to be like a fun family game, I think. So there's like a mixed array of different games for everybody. Doesn't matter where you come from, what type of games you're into. I think it's going to be something for everybody, and that's the best thing I think about Stadia, to be honest.
Yeah, for me, I'm just going down this list here, and I don't think there's any games I would say no. I wouldn't be willing to try. I think there's a game there. The games there have are wide appeal, and I don't have one set genre where I only play that. I play all games. I give everything a try, and all these games here, given the right price, I would play them all. And that may sound greedy or stupid or anything like that, but I love playing games. I am a gamer, so
That's
if
the
I
way
was,
you're talking.
yep, and that's what it is. The games which would be maybe at the top of my list here of what I would want to play on Stadia would be the top one is Surviving the Aftermath. I actually love them sort of games where you're building bases and whatnot and just trying to survive out there. And again, I would love to hear people's thoughts in the chat. Which games would you want to hear? Far Cry 5, I would like to give that a try on Stadia, save at 60 FPS, and that could be a nice warm up to Far Cry 6, which is coming. And Sniper Elite 4. I love the Rebellion games now. Because of Stadia, I'm hooked on them, and I just want to play more because of us getting Zombie Army and Strange Brigade on the platform.
Yeah, those games are amazing.
Yeah, there's just so much fun, and that's what you want. People overanalyze games all the time, and they forget games are just meant to be fun.
That's the long and short of it, right there.
Yeah, we've got some games people just get the blinkers on and just overanalyze. And I've said this so many times, my favorite game on Stadia, it might not be the greatest game ever made, is Zombie Army 4. That is my favorite game on the platform.
Yeah, I got stuck on that game, so I kind of put it on the back burner. Where you're at the train yard, and I'm not sure what I have to do. I keep just getting surrounded by the zombies. But yeah, they got some amazing games. Rebellion Studios, they got some amazing games on this platform, and it's awesome. You know, to piggyback off of what you were saying about people forget that the games are just meant to be fun and an escape. I like to borrow a wrestling term when it comes to that, and if you're like a wrestling insider, you kind of know what this means. We're like marks for certain games. And then, you know, we're smart. Then there's also smart marks where, you know, you have all this inside information, and you're analyzing it like you're an insider to the game, an insider to the business, instead of just saying, hey, let me give this a shot and see what I enjoy about it more so than let me rip it apart. And I think that's what happens in the gaming world. Everybody's now a smart mark. And so we don't play games to enjoy them and enjoy the experience more so as much as we do used to, and as much as we do for just, oh well, this game is trash because it doesn't do this and it doesn't do that, and we don't get a chance to do this and blah blah blah. And it's like I got caught up in that for a while too, but I tend to step back from that and just, what do I get from this? You know, what do I get out of this game? What does it do for me? And some games are just mindless fun, and that's what I want. You know, and I like having games that just make it fun for me, and I just like to just enjoy the experience of the game more so than ripping it up for a critique. You know, just to be in the crowd. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
Exactly. Warlock, I've got good news for you. You're not going to be the one that gets surrounded and cut off by the banners. We've got Barry joining us here. So hello, Barry. How's it going? Thank you for joining us.
Barry,
give us a...
Hello, Barry.
Evening, guys. How you doing?
I'm doing good.
Do you want to... Barry is another amazing writer here for Cloudy with a Chance of Games. He has been an absolute star as well. Can you just want to give a wee background on you and just talk about yourself there for a couple of minutes there?
Yeah, of course. No worries. Obviously, from a gaming perspective, I think as I've touched on and kind of, as you'll see on the Cloudy site, I've been gaming for probably too many years, but it's all great fun. My first experience was a ZX Spectrum, and then kind of picked up the Nintendo life and pushed through all the other consoles that probably everybody enjoys playing through, PS3, PS4, Xbox, and then kind of really finally found cloud gaming in the early part of this year with Stadia. Kind of jumped in with both feet and have now completely banished the consoles. It's cloud and PC all the way now. And I think I'm probably pretty similar to you in that respect, Duncan, in the sense that I don't have a fixed genre. And it's one thing that I found from Stadia, actually, the repertoire of the games that I'm now playing and my horizons have really broadened. So the indie titles, the things like your Spiritfarer and Windbound are really starting to kind of attract my attention, whereas before I would have maybe solely focused on kind of the bigger titles or the sports titles.
Yeah, that's what I actually find when I started cloud gaming way back 10 years ago when on live. Your genre has just changed because you don't have to worry about anything. You can just jump in and just give new games a chance.
I was going to say one of the because he mentioned PC. Like one of the games that I did try on PC was actually Hitman 2, I think it was. I'm talking like 2004 or so. So, yeah, it was Hitman 2, I think it was. So, yeah, so I'm really excited for those games to come to the platform as well. And Hitman 3 is coming in February next year. That's going to be really, really good.
Yeah, I think we're going to be going on to your article in 1 wee sec, Rev, because again, it was another brilliant article by you. Barry, do you have anything you want to say about these games which have been listed here? Everybody else, Warlock, you gotta go. Yeah, you gotta go. Yeah, my head's like a 7. No! Barry, if you wanna talk about any of these games that tickle your fancy, and you did the Windbound review because I think Dave wants to talk about that, so you can give a wee talk about your quick hands-on with Windbound, not Windbound, Spiritfarer, yes.
Yeah. I mean, it was one of those things that I think with all the social media activity that was hyping around it, and kind of seeing Sundered and Jotun previously, I was ready to jump in kind of day one on it. And I found myself, when I picked it up on Friday, I found myself that I felt so relaxed playing it. I literally forgot that I was gaming. It kind of draws you in, really immerses you into it. And I lost 2 hours to it really, really quickly. And the art style, everything they've done with it has been fantastic. And I'm looking forward to actually spending more time in it and kind of, drawing on that emotion that the title clearly is going to have, as it goes through the latter stages, for sure.
Yeah. What about these games which were listed, which we have said are likely to come, but actually are just listed? Has any of these tickled your fancy at all?
I mean, I think Destroy All Humans, I think, with the press that's had, and that's had, quite a big overhaul on it as a title. I'd be quite intrigued to kind of pick that up. And also Uno, from a family perspective, we started gaming a little more as a family, playing Monopoly. And generally when we kind of go on camping trips, that sort of stuff, Uno comes out. So I can see that kind of being a big family favorite. And of course, I know the guys have been talking about it earlier, but the Hitman, the early ones leading up into Hitman 3 next year. I'm really excited to be jumping into that next month.
Cool. We'll move on to this next topic. Or I think Rev's actually disappeared for 1 wee second there. We'll actually skip on to the next one here because I want Rev to talk about his article here. So we'll nip on. Say sorry, Barry. You're the victim now, where the banner just takes over your face. So we will talk about the breaking news which Rev put up, and it looks like, touch wood, but I'm taking them at their word here, that we are going to be getting Marvel's Avengers on the 1st of September and not the 4th if you pre-order it. I'm not sure how that actually works in Stadia because we don't actually pre-order the games yet. So it looks like you might be able to buy it from the 1st of September. We'll start with you, Barry, and work our way up there. Have you actually played the Avengers over the last couple of weekends? And are you interested in the game? And what do you think of this news as well?
Yeah, of course. Massively excited for the fact that it's hopefully going to be landing on the 1st. Didn't get the opportunity to pick up the beta, unfortunately, and I kind of, in some respects, I'm glad because I kind of think I just wanted to experience it as soon as it landed. So it's definitely going to be something I'll pick up on day one, and I like the fact now that certainly by the indication of the news that it's going to drop on the 1st, which is good. It's good for Stadia to be seeing another title that everybody's really talking about, and we're going to be experiencing at exactly the same time.
Warlock?
I'm going to let Rev speak actually first, if that's all right.
Oh, yeah.
Oh. Well, off you go, Warlock, or do you want Rev to speak first?
Okay.
I was just moving up the way this time.
That's all right. For me, if it comes on September the 1st, it's going to be a great thing. Like I've mentioned this to a few guys before. It's a game I want to get. As my birthday's in September, it's going to be one of the games I want to buy. So I'm really looking forward to it. It drops on the 1st. I'm definitely buying it. I like the fact that we actually get like the early access, like the extras. Because it's not the only game that you get the extras with. Now there's another game, I think, I can't remember the name of it at the top of my head. There's another game, when it comes out, if you claim it within a couple of weeks, you get that like early access, like stuff that you would have got if you pre-ordered it. So for me, it's a great game, and I think it's going to be, and the best point about it is it's the same day as everybody else gets those extras, PS4, Xbox, PC. We're getting it the same day as everybody else, and that is the best thing about it, because it shows to the big people out there, I suppose, that big publishers like this one classify Stadia as the main contender. For me, that's a great thing.
Rev, your turn now.
Yeah. When I was looking at this article, I saw that Brian Chappelle from the Nerf Report had posted up. So I was like, okay, this is a screenshot that he had put up on his Twitter, and then he later linked the website, so I put that in my article. And then before I looked at that, I went to the website and checked it all out. And this is, since we don't have the pre-order option, we're still going to get the 72-hour early access portion of it, and that's gonna allow us to have it before it actually comes out to the general public. So that's not even a day and date thing anymore. That's been the sticking point with a lot of people in the community. Like, are we getting something day and date, or are we getting something day and date and hour and second? And now we have a huge game that's coming that should have been here in May, thanks to COVID and the delays. But we're getting it now, and not only are we getting it, we're getting it in early access before everybody else. And the advantage that we have with Stadia is that now people are able to pre-download it on other platforms and whatever, so they don't have to worry about downloading it, and we don't have to worry about that at all as far as Stadia players is concerned, because as soon as it's ready at 9 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time, we're going to be playing it that second, beyond, after the purchase and everything. So we don't have to worry about any day one patches or anything like that, or any any updates or anything. It's just, hey, the game's here, play it. And that's a huge thing for this platform going forward, because that, again, as I was saying before, it lends that credibility and viability to the platform that only things like that can bring at this point. That's my take.
That's pretty. Yeah, it's you took some of the points I was going to make there.
No, please expand.
What I actually really love about this is we may not be getting it for midnight over here in the UK, we're going to be getting it 6 o'clock or 5 o'clock UK time. I don't mind that at all, as long as it's been told. That's my issue with day, date, and time. As long as I'm told the time for big games like this, I can plan my day around it, because I was actually thinking of taking the day off. I still might take the day off because it looks like it's going to be a busy day on the 1st of September, but before the pro games coming. But yeah, I'm happy enough that we've got a time, and it's usual Stadia time, and everybody can deal with that. Stadia Gamer, what about yourself there?
Okay, so the beta access that I had that I got from Verizon was actually really good. And when I was playing, when I got the email from Verizon, it said I'm getting the full game for free too. So on Xbox at least, I don't think it's coming to Stadia, the free game. So yeah, but it was fun, and I might purchase it on Stadia too, since I got the Xbox version for free.
Yep, it's really that's a really good offer if you're getting the Avengers for free in one of them wee perks. So you can't go wrong with that, can you? It's even if it's on the Xbox now, you can't say no to a free game.
Yeah, that's awesome.
It is awesome. We also had another Sorry, Barry. We also had another wee announcement today, and it is there's an ad there. We don't want to see ads, but they do pay the bills. Q Games Stadia game with Stadia will be ready soon. So the dev actually reached out to us on Twitter. Someone just responded to one of our wee tweets, and they actually responded to say that the game is coming soon. For people who don't know about this game, this is a state share game which was demoed at GDC when Stadia was first launched. Basically, this game could go viral. Is my thinking. You challenge your mates, say, can you get past this part, and you actually drop them the state share link, and they join in at that point, and they have to try and do that level or do that bit in the game. This could be an absolutely bonkers game, which could really, really showcase Stadia for the masses. I'm not sure if anybody actually seen this demo or not, but it is really, really excited, and it's one of the selling points for Stadia. I will see if I can put the video going here a bit, just to show what's going on. But Barry, did you see this before?
I haven't actually seen the trailer, so it'd be good to see when it comes up. But I think to touch on kind of what you were saying, I think we're starting to hit that point of the year now where some of these features from GDC last year are now starting to come to fruition. They're starting to roll out, and I think it's really starting to sell itself as a platform. The ability to obviously have state share is going to be a massive thing for the platform, and to be able to show it off. And have that level of interaction with your friends that you're linked with on Stadia, I think is going to be incredible.
Yep, this is just showing this off here. Warlock, did you actually see this at all?
I didn't see the video, but I just like the idea of state share. So it's just going to be great, because then I think it helps people interact more. So, say for example, you want to get to a certain point, you can't get past it for a game that's got state share in, and you just post it out there, I don't know, on Twitter or whatever, asking for someone to help you. And as long as I've got Stadia, they'll just jump in, help you out, and then you may gain a new friend that way as well. So for me, it's going to be a great feature just for Stadia, and obviously meeting new people if possible in that way, in that respect. So it's a good feature.
Rev, what about yourself? Do you remember seeing this demo, and what's your take on it? So this is the Q Games game where it's actually focusing on state share, and it's actually being built from the ground up to take advantage of it.
State share. You're talking about the article that just came out too. Also, this is going to be ready pretty soon.
Yep, it is. Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't get a chance to really try it within Crata. But I'm glad that's actually that's actually at the point where it's going to be launched on this platform really soon. That's been one of the things that we've been looking forward to. along with crowd choice and crowd play. I think those were the main three: state share, crowd play, crowd choice. I mean, we didn't expect to get cross save, cross progression, and cross play and all of that. But those three were the ones that were mainly announced for this platform. So to get them coming out very soon is huge. I think that's just the most appropriate thing at this particular time in the Stadia life cycle, to get these major features that have been talked about since last year to finally start coming out this year, as they had already said that they were going to do. So getting them out now, awesome. That's just my take.
Yeah, just on this role, this is probably go into crowd play and crowd choice, because we're talking about the YouTube features here, which we know we're getting with Death by Daylight, or Dead by Daylight, which is coming in September as well, and with Super Bomberman with the crowd play elements coming into play, touch wood, pretty soon. Stadia Gamer, what's your feeling of this game?
I'm really excited because if, like, say I'm stuck on a certain level in like a certain game, and I just post it on social media and stuff, then I could just, and somebody plays it for me or whatever, and then I can get back to where I was at.
Yeah, exactly.
And didn't we see that in Monster Boy 2? It's not there yet, but I've seen it in the thing.
Yeah, it's a Monster Boy 2. It hasn't actually been launched in Monster Boy yet, but it is there. If you push up or down on your save game screen, there's a state charter. It just hasn't been activated as yet.
Yeah. I can't wait for that.
See, one of the potentials of this game coming out is we could put up on Cloudy all these fun levels you can actually do, fun challenges, and all you have to do is click the button and away you go. This is the sort of thing which you have to just think completely outside the box on how this could actually evolve over time. You could find in an absolutely amazing fun run, you go, and we could post it up there, and these are the fun runs. These are the most deadly runs which you're going to struggle with. This one's just really weird and random. Just think, click and play Super Mario build or maker. I can't remember the game, the Super Mario game where you actually build the games. Just think that, but instead of having to put the codes in or having to go looking for them, you just have a link on a website or on a YouTube video where you can just link in straight into them games and away you go. This is the potential of state share going forward, and this game coming up here by Q Games could actually be the start of this for Stadia going forward. And I think it has the potential, even if it's only on a small scale, of being a viral game where you can just fire these links left, right, and center. You can just challenge your friends, come and play this one, and away you go. So I'm just really, really excited about this going forward.
I think once Stadia is like fully realized with all of the features that they talked about initially, and then being able to add more and different features going forward with especially with YouTube integration, Google Assistant integration, and all of those different things that that Google provides as far as peripherals and stuff is concerned. Like, because I use my home mini to launch games sometimes. I think that wasn't even something that was even talked about that you would be able to do, but you can. And I just feel like that once the system is fully realized, people will start to get on board, because there just won't be any way to deny it anymore. Is that you're going to be able to do so many different cool things with it, within all the stuff that you're already integrated with Google products with. That's just going to be huge. And I think we'll start seeing some of that next year, once they work out all of the stuff that they're working out and getting it implemented into the platform.
Yeah, absolutely. We need patience, so we do. Everybody needs a bit of patience. Just over the last couple of days, just shows you that Stadia is actually on the right track. maybe they should have maybe communicated slightly better, but that's a completely different sort of topic. And being a bit more open to say that these are the games coming and here's the features which are coming, but they've kept everything close to their chest. Maybe they keep our expectations low and try and then build them up. But things are moving in the right directions, maybe not quick enough for people, but you can actually see a lot of progress. And that leads us on to our next topic here, which, Rev, I'm glad that you talk about it from the start here. It is all the games coming to Stadia this fall and winter. Sorry, I get this off you, Barry. There we go. And I'll move it on to the article here. Rev, do you want to take this away here?
Hold. Yeah, you know what? I need to actually pull that article up because I don't have it up. Hold on 1 second.
I have to fix these ads here as well. Sorry about this. I've just put these on here over the last wee while, but I need to get these. No, I've assumed it doesn't. It's because I've zoomed away in.
Hold on, where to go?
Yeah, the first point you had that September is right round the corner, and that means 4 things in the world of Stadia. The Stadia Pro games will be announced in the coming days, and we've actually got that today. And as we discovered, it's actually been a pretty good month. I wouldn't say a great month. I would say it's a very good month. And Stadia is coming up to its 1 year anniversary, and which is true. And I'm expecting another Connect coming up.
Hold on a second. I'm going to the website because
okay.
I was trying to go through the back door trying to figure that out, but it was like no, it wouldn't allow me to do it the way I wanted to do it. So I'm going to just search for my article here. Hopefully I can pull it up quickly.
Yeah, no worries.
Okay,
yeah.
I got it.
Off you go, Rev.
All right. So yeah, the whole premise of this article that I wrote, that sounds so, oh God, I hate that. The whole premise of the article was the fact that September is going to mark the end of the third quarter and beginning of the fall winter season. And so I felt like it was a good idea to just reset everything and take a snapshot of where we are and then what we got to look forward to, because now we have a lot to look forward to. Even like this article is now kind of outdated, but there's just so many things that's happening within the Stadia verse, as I like to call it, that it's easy to get caught up in, the rhetoric, Stadia has no games and this and the other, blah, blah, blah. So I wanted to make a list of all the games that we knew that are confirmed to be heading to this platform, and it's going to be releasing within the next 5 to 6 months of that, because that's going to be the entire fall winter season from September to February. So, I was talking about the first thing was, look, that want to speak on or just mention was the pro game. So we just got that announcement today. There's 6 games that's going to be coming to the platform, and it's like a bunch of different genres, a bunch of different variety of games, and a bunch of different player styles that with the gameplay that would appeal to a lot of different players. So we have that, and also Stadia will be just 2 months away from its first year anniversary, which is going to be a huge deal for the platform because, as we all know, Stadia is dead. And there's no point in getting games on it. But here we are coming up on the 1 year anniversary anyway. So we might as well, get ready for what the next year of this dead platform is going to be. And then, with the fall winter games going to start landing on the store, we got that already coming with, even though it's still technically summer, it'll still be technically summer, but we got the pro games. We got Marvel's Avengers, the first big game that's going to be launching on this platform for that particular season, and and then the Fall Connect. They mentioned in the summer Connect, that's going to be coming up within the next month and a half or so. Somewhere between September and October. So there's a lot of things that we have to look forward to when it comes to that. And this is, like I said, this is just the beginning, because now we also got xCloud launching. There's going to be crowd play and crowd choice launching as well. And I just want to just put it in perspective that there's a lot that's about to start happening with this platform. And so for those people that have been on board since day one, like me, like you, and a few other people, this is one of the things that we've been building up to. This is one of the things that we've been looking forward to, that day when the big games start launching and start releasing on the platform. And then we can start really digging into seeing how the player base grows and seeing how Stadia handles all of these different things that's going to be happening. What the features that they're bringing out are going to, how are they going to work, and how are people going to use them, and how that's going to help grow the platform. So, I mean, like I said, with this, there's a lot to look forward to. And so I just mentioned that, like say, what was that? We got sports games coming out. We just launched PGA Tour 2K21, right? We got Madden and FIFA coming. We got NBA 2K21 coming. We got WWE Battlegrounds coming up, from 2K Sports. We got Baldur's Gate Early Access coming up on September 30th. Like I said, Marvel Avengers is launching. We're getting early access for that. We got Dead by Daylight that's gonna be bringing crowd play and crowd choice again. There's that YouTube integration that's gonna be even more fully realized with crowd play, and then just the sheer list of games that we got with Assassin's Creed, Chorus, Chris Tale, Cyberpunk, Destroy All Humans, Dirt 5, El Hijo, Far Cry 6. Gods and Monsters, Hitman 1, 2, and 3. We got Hitman launching. We got Mafia 1, 2, and 3. Hello Neighbor Hide and Seek. Outriders, Outcasters, which is the Splash Damage Stadia exclusive title. We got Rainbow Six Siege, Rainbow Six Quarantine, Republic, Sekiro Shadows Die Twice, Gunsport launching next week, Serious Sam 4, Sniper Elite Force, Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, Super Bomberman R Online, which launches next week. I'm going to update the article to include those dates. Windbound, we got that coming this Friday. Windjammers is still coming. And Watch Dogs Legion is, and then I also linked to the PEGI website, where with the list of games in Stadia Source, with the list of games that they had, what we just talked about earlier. So my whole point was to show people that we have a mix of AAA, indie, AA, family friendly, all types of games. I forgot to put Uno in there. I got to update it for Uno too, because Uno was confirmed already. And so there's just so many different things, so many different games that are coming to this platform that appeal to a bunch of different people. And there's just so much that's happening feature-wise, games, and all of that. And we still got the Connect that they have not announced yet, but I assume that that's going to be announced pretty soon as well. So there's a lot to look forward to. And that was the whole point of this article, was to show that, no, Stadia is not dead. And yes, they do have games coming. And 3, we have the features that they talked about coming, and you're going to really get the opportunity to enjoy this if you actually give the platform a chance.
Absolutely well said from start to finish there. I would recommend everybody checking out the article there. And added into this as well is that we have them other games which have been discovered by ourselves and Stadia Source, which are going to feed, I would say, into the autumn, winter, or fall, winter time, and into early next year. So there is going to be an absolutely mountain of games coming, and our complaints is, if they haven't already started, we've got too many games to play, and we've got too much choice, and that's not a bad thing to have. Does anybody want to expand on this at all?
I think the DM. Go on.
Go Warren.
No, carry on, Steady Gamer.
Oh.
No. I wasn't gonna say anything. I just said not really. Yeah, sorry
Oh,
about that.
And that's
Wodak?
all right. I think the big one is, Baldur's Gate. I watched that video the other day. It was absolutely amazing. The amount of stuff that's coming in that, and that's early access, is unbelievable. I think it's going to be a great game. I mean, I watched it. I thought I'm going to have this. I'm going to give this game a play as well. I just think there's so much in there for early access for you to play, and then to help progress that, like make that game better. They're giving you an amazing early access when that comes out. And I suggest, I don't know what price it's going to be, but I suspect it's going to be around, I don't know, £40 probably. Because there's a lot in there, really, for an early access. It's going to be a great game for kids to jump into.
Barry?
I was just going to touch on, a lot of the stuff that Rev was saying there. If we cast our minds back to what is effectively the current generation of consoles right now, they launched in their launch year with 20 to 21 titles and had a target to hit 100 games in their collection by the end of their first year. And what we're seeing in Stadia's approach is no different, but everybody is now conditioned to the fact from a console perspective that it's fine, we can get used to it, we'll play what comes out, and then there'll be new stuff coming. And I think people are slowly, that argument of Stadia doesn't have enough games is dwindled massively because there's, the catalogue has increased pretty rapidly, and they look like they're on target to hit the 120, hopefully by the end of this year. And I think that says a lot about the platform. Putting those markers out in the same way that other big players in the game industry have done it previously, and following through and delivering on it. I mean, if you think, I know it's a long time ago now, but if we go back to PS4, Xbox One when they first hit, they didn't have backward compatibility. So the launch titles were what you had until whenever they started in January, February, the following year after the launch. And what we're seeing is no different. And it, Duncan, you're right. It just takes a bit of patience. Everybody can see there that the platform has got the potential. The features are coming together. The games are coming together. I think 2021 is going to be a massive year for the platform. This year they've really spent a lot of time building, and you can see it slowly ramping up. But next year, hopefully we should get pretty much, you'd like to think, the vast majority of the big titles day and date. We shouldn't have an issue with that. Stadia shouldn't have an issue going out and making that happen. And then I think 2021 will be the boom where you'll see people go, right, actually, I need to jump in on Stadia now. It's taking off. It's a serious contender.
Yeah, absolutely. The Stadia is only getting started, and we've just seen it over the last week. Just what has been going on in the background, and we've got so much to actually look forward to going forward. And we're probably going to get a lot of news in the next couple of weeks as well, because we've still got events coming up. We've got the Stadia Connect, which is coming up. Ubisoft's got an event coming up in the next couple of months as well. We've just got so many games coming, and we just don't know what is going to happen. I'm just going to move on to our last topic here, and it's just another game coming out this week, which a lot of people have got their eyes on, because it's giving people the vibes of Zelda and Breath of the Wild, and it is Windbound. And we know that now if we pick up the game in the first 2 weeks of launch, so that's up until September the 10th, you get the pre-order bonuses. I have absolutely no problem with that. What do you guys think about Windbound? We'll start with Stadia Gamer. And will you be picking this up?
I tried getting into Breath of the Wild. I didn't really get into it that much, so I don't think I'm going to pick it up. But the pre-order bonuses are pretty cool if you buy the game when it comes out for Stadia, instead of just pre-ordering it.
Okay, Rev?
I haven't really got a chance to really look at the game, but it seems interesting from the stuff that I did see. And this option right here, because we don't have pre-orders fully implemented in Stadia yet. So to still get some of those pre-order bonuses is actually pretty good. And this could be a way that other publishers could use that to do that for their games as well. So this could be something that could be a thing going forward, hopefully. That's all I have.
Oh. Wodok, I've lost myself here. I've lost the plot. Wodok, do you have anything to add into the Windbinder? I'm sorry, Barry, I thought I had that off.
Yeah, I mean, I'm obviously I'm probably not going to get the game because most of my money's going to go on Avengers. I'll be honest with you, but as a broader thing, the game looks really good. But I think there's an even a bigger thing to think about. People keep going when games getting released. People going, "Oh, I want to pre-order and I can't get the pre-order for Stadia." If each game follows this aspect where if you buy the game when it comes out on Stadia within a set time, you get those pre-order bonuses. Then people are going to want to do that because you get the pre-order bonuses anyway within a set time when it comes out. So you don't just pre-order months in advance. You know it's going to come, and you may get those pre-order bonuses as part of Stadia. I suspect that most new releases, or some of them, going forward, will follow this pattern where they offer the pre-order when it releases on the date on Stadia. To be honest.
And Barry, what about yourself?
Yeah, I think this is going to be another one that I'm definitely going to pick up, and I think. At the price point that it looks like it's potentially going to come at, it looks like it's going to be around about the £24-25 mark, so $29 when it comes out, which for the amount of game that it looks like from everything they've shown us, what the game's going to entail, I feel like that's going to be a really good investment. I feel like you'll get a lot out of it for that £25 or $30. And I'm certainly, it is pleasing to see that somebody's got their head around the whole, okay, we can't really properly do pre-orders on Stadia right now, but what can we do? And I think, like you're absolutely right. It's something that I think you'll probably see devs run with now, and they'll just say, look, you actually don't need to pre-order on Stadia, but if you buy it in the first 2 weeks, don't worry about it. You can have all the pre-order bonus. I'm definitely excited to pick this one up and get jumped in. It's definitely got a Zelda vibe to it for sure.
Yep, I think I'm going to pick this up, and what I like is it's priced at a reasonable price point. It's at $30, so I think it's going to be about £25. So it's not completely out there, and so yeah, I think that's looking pretty good for me as well. I think I'm going to pick that up. So I think this is a good time to start wrapping things up here, but I want to shout out all the chat here. I want to shout out Dave. I want to shout out Charles. I want to shout out someone evil called Kelly. I want to say thank you to Ray for joining us as well. Jerris, Daniel, Lee as well. Thank you for joining us. Carlos, you've been interacting all night as well. Thank you for doing that. Cody. Sorry I haven't got round everybody here, just double checking everybody here, but thank you all for joining. Oh, I forgot about Eddie, thanks for joining us as well, mate. Always have to do that. So we're going to try and do this all the time now, so if you want to like, subscribe and all that jazz, feel free to. So I'm just going to work down here. Oh, Kevin, thank you for joining as well there. So Stadia Gamer, where can we find you on Twitter and other places?
On Twitter, you can find me at CloudGamer201 as well as my YouTube channel, because my YouTube channel won't change its name apparently. So when I'm able to change that, I will definitely change it back to Stadia Gamer 201.
Okay, Rev, what about yourself?
You can find me on Twitter at sfounder 2019. You can find me on my YouTube channel. It's Stadia, the Stadia Revolution, and I will be doing a live stream Friday. I'm just finalizing the time. It's going to be an interview, and it's going to be a really interesting conversation. So I want all of you guys to come and check it out. I will post that on my Twitter feed to let you guys know when that's going to happen. And also, you can find me interacting in my group, my Facebook group, the Stadia Revolution. So that's where you can find me, you know, in various Discords and stuff like that related to Stadia. And yeah, that's it.
Okay, Warlock.
Getting there. So you find me in two places now. Obviously, Cloudy with the Transfer Games. I'll be on there doing articles, so that suits me fine. And Twitter is probably where I'm most active. You'll find me at _ Warlock, whatever you want to put it, _ Warlock, _ one way or another, you'll find me. I'm chatting all the time on there, so that's where you'll find me.
And Barry.
Yeah, similar to Warlock. Obviously, you'll find me over at Cloudy. And then on Twitter, I'm at Paramedic1703, which is also my Stadia gamer tag. So feel free to add. Always happy to expand the playlist.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm the same. One to skip on Twitter and check me out at Cloudy with a Chance of Games as well. You can add me on Stadia as well at One to Escape. And I would also want to shout out, oh God, I'm going to have to do this. I want to shout out Meme One Kelly, because she's apparently a part of Cloudy with a Chance of Games. But if you see her, just shout at her and call her names because she likes that. Also a big shout out to Stadia Rocks as well, because he is out there helping us behind the scenes and putting articles on. You won't believe the amount of work he does behind the scenes. Sublime Geek, if you follow him on Twitter, he is part of our amazing team here as well. I'm hoping we're going to get him on the show in the future as well. And also the Stadia Universe is also helping us behind the scenes as well. So give them guys a follow. That's their Twitter names as far as I can remember. We at Cloudy, we're trying to do a whole range of different articles on the whole of cloud gaming. You're going to have previews, you have your 2-hour introductions to games like Barry did. We've got the really powerful opinion pieces, which Stadia Revolution does. We've got interesting takes, interesting stories like with Stadia Gamer, and Warlock puts out his journals there as well. Absolutely amazing stuff. We are a complete range of content, and if anybody wants to get involved, just give me a shout and we can see what we can do for you. But thank you all for watching, and thank you to the amazing team at Cloudy for helping me. So we're going to try and do this on a regular basis, and we'll try and get a proper schedule and all for everybody to join us. But thank you all, and and we will see you the next time. Thanks. Bye.
All right, you guys have a good one.
Bye.